Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So I actually have no idea what's going to be coming through today's reading video. I have been setting the intention to come on more frequently with these spontaneous mini readings. And so this is kind of part of that intention. And I'm really excited to be here with all of you to tap in and see what message wants to come through. Of course, I do channel many different people and situations. So I always say to use your intuition and only take the messages that do connect for you in a personal and intuitive way and leave the rest here. Also, while I'm shuffling, if you would like to contribute your energy in a stronger way, you can like this video and subscribe to the channel. These are forms of energy transfer that do often allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation. Okay, so what can I channel for the beautiful souls listening here? Okay, so the first card we have is Door to Spirit. And this card is in the reverse position. So typically upright, this is about some kind of spiritual awakening and new beginning. But reversed, it may indicate that you are feeling an extreme disconnect. I'm reading from the guidebook here, by the way. It seems your intuition is failing and you can't maintain the peaceful moments you are longing for. You may be too distracted by worldly matters or personal problems to arrive at and enjoy the deeper sense of your spiritual connection. The paradox is that the more you can let go of the drama, distractions, or intense emotions, the more your spiritual peace will bring solutions for these issues. Interesting. So this could be your energy if you're connecting with this reading. This also could be someone who is connected to you who is feeling this way. But let's get a little more information. I saw something about a rose here. The next card is Door to Value. I'm hearing there's value in this. And I got the word frustration. So I feel like someone listening here, this is reminding me of a download I received the other day that every point of negativity or what we label as negative actually contains within it right now a huge breakthrough. It's almost like every negative point of consciousness is actually a doorway to a brand new reality. And so I feel that kind of adopting this idea, there may be some point of frustration that has been coming up for you, or maybe multiple different things. But I'm hearing that if you begin to see these as doorways that are opening into higher levels of consciousness and even like higher dimensions of existence for yourself, instead of seeing them as obstacles, you can actually transmute that energy much more quickly. Because what I'm getting is that some of these points of frustration may actually be surfacing right now, even though it seems random. It's surfacing to actually lead you into exactly what you've been asking for, to help you to ascend to that higher dimension. Again, it's almost like it is acting like this doorway that you can then walk through into a higher level of your own existence. But it's like you have to go through the pain is what I'm hearing. Like the emotional point of pain has to be processed. You have to acknowledge it and feel it and even ask yourself, where is this coming from? Why is this coming up for me? What is this indicating on a deeper level? And I'm getting that when you do that, the breakthroughs that you will have as a result are somehow then acting as those doorways that are catapulting you to a higher level of vibration. It's almost like you feel this, you may even notice this, because I get for many of you, you've already been doing this emotional transmutation work. And so you're seeing this video as a sign of confirmation of the work you're already doing. For some reason, I'm seeing this giant tree. So I don't know if that's a symbol for someone, but what I'm getting is that you've already been taking these moments where you feel something negative surfacing, or maybe even multiple things. And sometimes those things may feel interwoven like a web, where once you address one of them, the others seem to shift as well. But I'm getting that you've been somehow diving into them instead of avoiding them, which, by the way, I just have to pause and say a little admiration for you, because it's so rare that you do that. There are so few people who are that emotionally self-aware and self-connected, but ironically, the ones who are often tend to have the most difficult time on planet Earth at times as well, because when you're someone who's deeply emotionally intelligent, you can't just live on the surface. You can be moved to tears by the beauty of a sunset, but equally, like a small negative comment from someone can throw off your whole energy for days, because you are someone who is very deeply in tune with yourself emotionally. But the gift within this is that you are an emotional transmuter for the planet, which planet Earth needs more than ever before at this time. And so this is the value. I'm hearing the sticking point and the value. It's kind of reminding me of the Rumi quotes around the rose, and how the rose holds beauty, but it also holds the thorn, which is the sticking point. And I feel that you are dealing with something right now that is sort of like that rose, where it has a beauty in it, but it also has a sticking point at the same time. And so the beauty is that you're able to be this transmuter. You're able to essentially kind of filter out lower vibrational energies for yourself, for people around you. I'm hearing people connected to you tend to manifest more powerfully just by being connected to your energy. That's how powerful you are. And the collective generally, imagine what kind of impact your presence here incarnated on planet Earth is having on the collective. It's such a pivotal moment in human consciousness. But anyway, the sticking point is that it can feel very heavy at times, and it's easy to sometimes, even when you're very skilled like you are at transmuting energy, it's still easy to kind of get hung up or to get stuck in the weeds for a little bit, so to speak. Sometimes when a wave of negativity hits, it can kind of knock us over for a second before we get our balance again. And so I see that might be what you've been going through recently, but understand the tremendous value in this. And in fact, I feel you manifested this video simply to remind you of your own value and the value of what you are doing or creating, the value of this rose that also holds the thorn, the sticking point, but holds so much beauty and magnificence at the same time. And I'm hearing this will come to you at a time when you need it, when you need this reminder of your value, not just for yourself, but also for the people around you and for the collective on a planetary level. So what else can I channel for the beautiful souls tuned in here? The numbers 3 and 1 may be significant to you. Angel of love. You are, I'm hearing, an earth angel, a beacon of unconditional love in this world. Yeah, and with the heart chakra, you're someone who really lives with your heart open. And because of this, when you enter a room, you can touch hearts and change lives just through the energy that you impress on that space, even before you speak or you connect or interact with anyone. Your energy is felt, and it's that open heart chakra energy. And somehow I feel that softness about you is really being amplified right now. You may notice that you're living more from your heart than ever before, that at times, yes, that may mean that you're feeling just more emotional generally. You might be crying more at times, either from happiness or even from negative emotions, but there's this sense that your heart is really open right now. This is an indicator of how you're stepping into this next phase of your life with the Sun card. There is this new beginning unfolding for you, even if at times it hasn't really looked that way. We've talked a lot about how the mind could really be overthinking this with the thinking man card. You may be wondering, am I collapsing under the pressure or the weight of this? But you're not. You are feeling the old world collapsing, but you are already firmly in the new world. I feel like you've been here for a while, actually. You're leading the collective into this. You're prepared for this. You really already do have your footing. I'm hearing more than you give yourself credit for at times. With the thinking man, there's something about the mind here. Now, this could be an external person thinking about you. I'm hearing trying to figure you out or trying to understand you. You may be a divine feminine. This person could be a masculine energy, although that doesn't have to be the case. And of course, these labels, masculine and feminine, are meant to apply to energy dynamics that we all have within us. So you can take it either internally or externally. But I'm getting that someone is in awe of you right now. This doesn't have to be romantic, but it feels like a masculine energy or presence of some kind. I'm seeing a theater room and like a red curtain. I don't know if someone's performing or performer or involved in the film industry or something. Yeah, something about a stage. But I'm seeing that this is someone who is in awe of you when you are in your power, like you are now. You are in this power. And the thing about this person is they're in awe of you. I'm hearing they're in awe of what they don't understand. They don't really comprehend your power or like the source of your power, but they're impressed by it. They see this magnetic effect that you have on other people. There's something about you where even when you just go out in public, I feel like people want to either like compliment you, or people will stare at you or strike up conversations with you, or like give you things or just come up to you, or I don't know, there's some magnetism that you have about you right now. And so this masculine energy is noticing that, and they are in awe of it, but they also feel as though they don't understand it. And that is because this is someone who comes from a very logical perspective. This could be connected to their background or their upbringing somehow as well. But there is Venus energy here. I feel like for many of you, this is a romantic connection. This does seem to be someone who, with caring connections and the throat chakra card and patience, this is someone who feels a lot of warmth and admiration towards you and who seems to want to support you. I'm hearing, let them show you through their actions that they're going to support you. Yeah, there's something here about, I'm hearing not jumping to conclusions. Maybe there's a part of you that's been trying to figure this masculine out as well, because they are someone who seems to be in awe of you, but also doesn't really understand you. But I'm hearing, just stay in your power and let them come towards you. Let them show you with their words and their actions and their consistency over the course of time. With the patience card, it shows the progression of time. Because I see this slow opening happening in this masculine's mind or in their consciousness. I feel like you are opening their mind to a higher level of consciousness, a higher way of being and thinking. That's part of why they're so drawn to you, because you are actually connected to their expansion. You, on a spiritual level, are leading them into a higher version of themselves, but it's happening very gradually. So it's very important that you don't become too fixated on this process or trying to rush it along. Instead, stay focused on keeping your own heart open, stay in your own power, keep recognizing your own value, having those breakthroughs that you are within yourself. There's something about, this is a bit of a side message, but really setting aside the time to go into the negative point of consciousness and let it give you back the breakthrough. I know that's a very specific message for someone, but if you've been feeling a lot of heavy energy coming up lately, it's very important that you don't ignore it or try to push it away or sweep it under the rug, because it's your breakthrough in disguise is what I'm hearing. Your breakthrough disguised as feeling negative or feeling uncertain or self-doubt. You might be feeling like the opposite of how you want to feel, but within that is actually a huge breakthrough, a massive perspective shift. And you'll feel it in the moment that you shift that energy, because the moment it really shifts, you'll get this sudden upward swing in your energy. So you'll go from feeling really stuck in the mud with that emotion to suddenly feeling this like rushing feeling of relief and even eagerness or excitement and like seeing this bigger vision. That is the sign that you went into that point of consciousness, found the breakthrough, and now stepped through that doorway that we talked about earlier into the higher dimension. Your sign is that like sudden upward swing in your energy, your emotion, that feeling of lightness. But there's something about allowing yourself a sacred space or segment of time during the day, whenever works for you, whenever feels most aligned for you, but giving yourself some time and space simply to check in with your emotions and to do this energy shifting work. And of course, there are many ways to go about doing this, because for some of you, this is more of a hands-on process. This is something active or creative. you're creating with this energy in some way. For others of you, this is like a mind exercise. You're like sitting with this and journaling and meditating. For others of you, maybe you are not even like specifically focusing on it at all, but you're out walking in nature or you're doing yoga, and then the breakthrough happens there as you're like releasing that point of consciousness that felt negative through some kind of physical motion or stretching or something. But however it works for you, of course, we all have different like human design types, different energies. Whatever works for you, be sure that you are giving yourself that time and space at this time, even if it does feel a little bit mundane or your mind is telling you it's unnecessary. It's actually more necessary than ever before because it's keeping you connected to your heart, and also using all of these moments that feel like breakdowns as portals to your biggest breakthrough yet. Yeah, you could even write in the comments, this is a portal to my biggest breakthrough yet. That could really lock in this energy for you if you feel guided to that. But anyway, I want to channel more deeply into this masculine energy coming through here. It's very fascinating because we were just going deep into your energy, divine feminine, and then all of a sudden it's like this masculine just sort of appeared out of nowhere and they were kind of hovering around you in a way. I don't know if that somehow correlates to the way that this person has entered your life if you've already met them, or will enter your life if you haven't met them yet. So I'm going to be reshuffling the cards, but first, if this reading has been resonating with you, I would really recommend checking out the subliminals that I create through my app, Sound and Soulful. This is my absolute passion project. I love and adore this app and use it every single day in my own life. And I know so many of you are seeing results from it as well. I love creating subliminals to help you to shift your mindset and transform your life through the portal of your subconscious mind. I've personally found subliminals to be the most powerful energy shifting and manifesting tool that I've ever come across. So I personally still use my own app for my own rituals and routines every single day. And I love adding new subliminals to the app as we are continuing to evolve this community here on YouTube and expand into new ideas and evolve together essentially on this path of ascension. So if you'd like to join me in that and access these audio tools that I am creating to help you work with the energy as it's coming up, then the link to get my app and get started is in the pinned comment and description box below. Specifically for this reading, the one subliminal I have literally had on repeat is divine physical stability. This is one that has really helped me to stabilize and ground myself and clear out any excess kind of noise, especially right now at this moment collectively. The second one that I would most recommend is my 7 chakra energy clearing, which is a really deep level energy clearing tool. It works with each of your 7 chakra centers. It even includes binaural beats to help you retune each of those energy centers to their natural state of being, to help you feel more clear and high vibrational all day long. But as you can see on the screen, within this app, I do have over 150 subliminals and growing in all areas of life. So love, relationships, energy clearing, mood, mindset, manifestation, money, business, and so much more. And you can create your own custom private playlists in the app. You can also listen in 10 different background sound options, and you can read all of the affirmations embedded within the meditation music as you are listening. So there's so much to explore in this app. It can be such a powerful tool to use as you are doing all of these other rituals and exercises that we've been discussing through this reading video. And again, the link to get started is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. So let's talk about this masculine who seems to be sort of hovering around you. I'm hearing that if you've already met this person, you may be surprised by how this has been progressing, because I feel like I'm speaking to someone who is surprised that this is continuing to go on, that they're continuing to hover around you or connect with you. Again, could be romantic, could be non-romantic, but it feels like they deeply admire you, but you felt like maybe this would fizzle out, or maybe they would lose interest or whatever, just because it seems that you're very different in some ways. Like they seem to be more logically oriented. You are definitely more spiritually oriented, but they keep orbiting you. They keep hovering around you. I'm hearing against all odds. There's something about this, again, it just feels very surprising or unexpected to you. Yeah, with Door to Spirit reverse, because I feel that they are very slow to open to more spiritual, esoteric things. And I feel like that is a lot of your world, or like a lot of knowing you is being willing to be open-minded and to explore different ideas and to be very open in that way. And there's something about this person that has been more closed off. And yet the very reason that they're so drawn to you and actually so admiring of you is because of that thing about you that they don't have themselves and that they can't really explain, that part of you that is connected to the spiritual realm. It's almost like they know that you're intuitive, that you have access to spiritual gifts or abilities, or access to like higher realms of wisdom. And they value that wisdom. Like this is someone who would come to you for advice or guidance. I almost see like a man entering a cave and consulting an oracle, even though he's like a leader or something, more of like a logical person. And yet he's consulting this oracle, even though he's usually skeptical of those things, because he values her guidance and knows on some level she's connected to something higher. That is kind of a metaphor for how this masculine feels about you. They don't really understand your esoteric knowledge or this spiritual side of you. And yet they have this sense that you are connected to something greater and higher than they can really understand. I do feel with the garden and the gate in the upright position, this keeps coming up as a theme, but there's something about spiritual and energetic protection. I saw 2121 that could be relevant for someone. There's something about really being sure that you are cleansing and protecting your energy right now. I feel that with the third eye chakra, your third eye is very open. You may be getting like head pressure and even like headaches or head sensations at this time, especially around the forehead. Of course, I'm not a doctor or medical professional, so I always recommend seeing a doctor with any medical concerns or issues. But it feels as though energetically, you're having a lot come through psychically, but ironically, at times that may make you feel more spiritually disconnected because there's so much coming in that it's almost at times overwhelming your system. And so when this happens, sometimes by default, you may feel more disconnected from your intuition because your system will just kind of temporarily shut down. Like, okay, we're getting way too much psychic information. Let's just shut down for a period of time. So I'm hearing something about allowing yourself to ground and to recharge and to come back to your body and to rest. I see someone literally like laying in bed, rest. And I'm hearing unplug from something, whether it's like unplugging from your work or maybe unplugging from needing to be so, I don't know if someone has, it's so strange because my guides are like bringing up these segments of time. It's almost like I said earlier, it's important that you have a segment of time where you're processing emotions that are surfacing for you. But then it also seems equally important that you have times where you're very unplugged, where you're not trying to actively move energy or do emotional or energetic or spiritual work in an active way. Of course, all of that is still happening behind the scenes subconsciously, but it seems really important to unplug a bit from that as well. Maybe this is even unplugging from like your literal work or what you consider to be your mission or your hobby or your passion, because you may be burning yourself out at times because there's so much inspiration there and so much coming in psychically that the way you can most productively work with that energy, ironically, is by creating a framework around it, sort of creating a structure like, okay, from this time to this time, I'm working or I'm diving deep into the emotional realm and I'm working on my own emotional and energetic healing and shifting. But then after that, I'm unplugging and I'm just like watching a movie or a show or spending time with people I love or going out and doing something that I feel is fun or relaxing. Taking time for myself, resting. I feel like that time is just as important when it comes to, I'm hearing, maintaining a clear channel psychically and maintaining that focused energy for your work during those segmented times. Otherwise, the system just seems to get kind of overwhelmed. So I know a lot of what we've been talking about here has been really quantum and high level. I just feel like those are the messages that our collective has been manifesting through lately, which of course, thank you for being here as a co-creator. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. If you liked this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you get notified whenever I post new videos like this that could be relevant for your spiritual journey right now. And you can also follow me on Instagram, where I like to post some inspirational content and repost inspiring things as well to keep your vibration up all day long. My Instagram is @magnetizeyourself, and you can check out my channeled music on Spotify. I am a singer-songwriter, and I write channeled songs that could connect with specific threads of collective energy and might contain specific messages for you from certain romantic people in your life or soul connections in your life. They might activate you in some way. Those are available on my Spotify, and my artist name on Spotify is Songs by Infinity. So the link to follow me on Spotify, and also to be the first to know when I release new music, because I have a new song coming out in just a week or two called I Do. So that is below. And of course, if you would like to utilize my subliminals to really shift your subconscious mind, clear your energy, and manifest in your life, you can get my Subliminals app, Sound and Soulful, by clicking the link in the pinned comment or description box below. And again, the recommended subliminals that I mentioned earlier are divine physical stability and 7 chakra energy clearing, but there is so much to explore there in my Subliminals app. So again, everything you need is under this video. Otherwise, I am sending you so much love. Have an amazing day, and I will connect with you here again in the next video.